Now the car's had a breakdown within the brakes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off these wheels. I'll take the back wheel off, take the front wheel off, change all the pads, make sure everything's in order. Do it on the other side. That's the first step. If the brakes still don't work, there may be a problem with the booster, but we'll start with this. We'll get these wheels off and get these pads changed. Righto, the wheel is off and that front pad there looks half down. The one at the back is really low, so I'm going to change both these pads. So to do so, make sure you've got your spare tyre under the tyre under the car there so it doesn't fall on you. We're going to get this caliper off, get the piston pushed back and get these two new pads on, and we'll see what happens then. So I've just taken the pressure off the jack and everything's just now sitting on that wheel. So a bit safer that way because I've got to get right under here to get this caliper off. Here we go. 15mm spanner. That's what gets these two bolts off. Here we go. Now that caliper's off. Those pads are a little bit worn. I'm going to change them and we're going to use this G-clamp to push those two pistons way back to be able to get the new pads in. Here goes. So I've left that back pad on and I've used the G-clamp there and pushed that piston right back, so I should now be able to put the new pads in. So there's those two pistons there. They're pushed right back now, so the new pads will be able to just pop straight back in. Fingers crossed. The first pad is in. Beautiful. The next pad will go straight in and then I can put that caliper back on and then we can move on to the rear. Second pad is in. Right, let's get this caliper back on. This will be fun, always is. Righto, so that caliper's back on. Change those pads, that's bolted back up nice and tight. That's normal, that's supposed to sit like that. We'll get the wheel back on, then we'll get that back wheel off and we'll check that one. All right, the back wheel is off. We're gonna look at those pads in a second. I'm absolutely knackered. I've got my wheel there underneath that spare wheel chocking the car up, so I'm gonna take the weight off the car, off the jack, and let it all sit on that, so it's safer for me to work on. All the weight is off the jack. It's all just sitting on those two wheels now. And I can't see there. Those pads look like they're really down on the rear. Yeah, I can't actually see, but they're down. I'm going to change them completely. So that's probably what the problem was. Yeah, let's get that caliper off and have a look-see. All right. So there we go. It's got a 15mm bolt there. We'll undo that one. We'll get a bit of zoom on here so we can see. There we go. We'll take that one off there. That's just about come off the back. The rear calipers are way easier to take off than in the front. There's all stuff in the way everywhere. It's a nightmare. We'll just get this one off. We'll have a look at those pads. Okay, so that's off. Let's have a look at these pads. Oh, they are burnt. Look at that. Red. Cool. All right, let's get them swapped out and we'll do it again. So same deal. You just pull these out. Pull these. We'll leave that pad in there, and then we'll use the G-clamp to push that piston back. Try and do this with holding the phone. That piston there, we'll push that back with the G-clamp, get the new pads on and get this caliper back on, then we'll do the other side. Alright, that caliper's back on. Let's get this jack back up, we'll get that wheel back on, tighten it all up and move around to the other side. Here goes. Alright, driver's side rear wheel is off and those brake pads are wrecked as well, so we'll get them switched out. Then we'll move up to the front there. Hopefully the sun's over the trees at that point, so it's getting pretty hot out here. We're nearly done. And the driver's side wheel is off and it's laying down on that wheel there for safety. And those pads look pretty knackered down there. Let's get them off, get them swapped out. That's the pads done. We can get in and give it a test drive and see if they work. Righto, that's it. Pads are changed, wheels are back on, wheels are tight. I'll just put that brake master cylinder back together. A bit of oil came out of that when I was pushing those pads back. I'm just hoping it was just coming out the side here and not at the back of it, which would be shit house. Okay, let's get all this back together and we'll take it for a drive. There we go, I am back on the road. Everything seems sealed with that master cylinder. All four front and rear brakes are done. We've got brand new pads in them. Nothing, doesn't seem to be any leaks anywhere. It just looks like the pads have failed. I did a big run yesterday and I've done a big run today, so the pads have absolutely been smashed. Anyway, they're changed. I'm back on the road. I'm going to keep moving.